Hubert. Mrs. Hubert. Hello, Mrs. Hubert. Is anyone home? It's Eleanor.
Third one they found mangled like this in 2 years.
Yeah, listen, Rudolph wants the results to be in his mail bin by noon.
I want all traffic blocked now, down at the intersection, along the state highway, and before the railroad. Nobody gets through. Well, Dr. Meyer, the area has been completely blocked off for over 3 hours now. What are you planning to do?
Wait a minute.
Here's your coffee, Dr. Meyer.
Thank you, Mrs. Hubert. And now, Inspector Buffet and I would be extremely grateful if you retire to the kitchen. There must be absolute silence in the house.
If only you can do it, Doctor. I pray if only you can.
Gabriella. Come on, sweetheart.
No!
It's all up to us now.
No! I don't want to!
Dr. Meyer, if you think it's wise, we could hold off on this thing.
I don't want to! No! No! No!
I'm warning you.
No!
Don't follow us. At least, take this.
No. Give me a flashlight instead.
I'm scared! No! No, please, no! No! I'm scared! No!
Now tell me where you're hiding. That's all I want to know.
I don't want
After that, it'll all be over.
No! I'm scared.
Show me where your hiding place is. Show me where it is. Where are you? You're in here, aren't you?
here, isn't it? We found him! Down here under the... We found him! Come on! Down here! Come on down! We found him! Inspector!
Easy. Easy. Slow down.
She's better now. The hospital says she'll pull through.
Inspector, take a look.
Out. Come, Dr. Meyer. It's your right.
Well, I think we'd better pull him out of there.
What's that?
Your slipper. Gabriella's slipper.
Well, what else did you find?
Not a hell of a lot. Here.
Thank you very much. They just operated. It doesn't look like Antoine is going to save her leg.
Here, Dr. Meyer. This is everything we'll ever know about him. Not much to go on, is there? To find out who he was.
Issued to Paolo Zeder. We found Paolo Zeder. A K-zone. He stumbled across a K-zone.
Alessandra, come on, open up. It's me.
I know. I'll let you in on one condition. That you stay out of the kitchen, okay?
Okay.
What a surprise.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, shucks. Happy anniversary to you.
What is it? It's the one!
It's gorgeous. Alexis no less.
They say it's a terrific model. Only it didn't have any cord it was missing, so I had to call the electrician, and he put one on. It types like printing in a book. Just what a writer needs, right?
It's fantastic. I ever tell you you're beautiful?
You ought to see where we got it.
Where?
Mom went to a pawn shop auction.
It was an anniversary like in the movies, wasn't it?
I'm gonna go enjoy my present. Okay? I wonder who it belonged to.
Who knows?
You know Hemingway types standing up?
Mm-hmm.
Novel. First story. Begin immediately. Yeah. The barriers of death shall at last be destroyed. The temperature and the depth of K-zone are found correct and totally free above all suspicion. My buried body shall await appointed hour. Taken.
What are you doing still up?
Wait a second. Wait, please. I think I found the plot to my third novel. Good one.
Curiosity about what happens after death grew to an obsessive quest that soon assumed cult proportions. But we'll go back to the oracles of the dead on Tuesday. In the meantime, ask your colleagues to start showing up. Have a nice weekend.
Professor Casey? You remember me?
Certainly I do. Your wife keeps me informed about the novels you're writing, and the fact that you haven't graduated yet.
I wrote two, and neither as a publisher. But now I've got a lead, and, well, an idea, I mean. But I need some advice and expert opinion.
Witchcraft, magic, resurrections, devilry, ghosts and haunted houses?
Well, yeah, maybe something along that line. Do you have a minute?
Let's go to my office. You can come back in half an hour, Laura. Do you mind?
Okay, Professor.
Get it? 19. An orphan. Swears she only goes for men of mature age.
Take a look.
What are these?
2 letters, or rather, one's a letter, and the other's a kind of report with data and measurements I don't understand. Later I'll explain how I discovered them, but read them first.
Well, the first requires no comment. It's obviously the second part of a letter asking for, well, where the writer congratulates this Goodman character on having got financing and hopes that some of the money may go to him so as he can, let's say, finish his work.
Money he probably never got, if he had to pawn his typewriter.
What typewriter?
What about the other thing, the second?
The second? Well, if it's true, I mean, if it's not a figment of your imagination, singular.
Singular? It's insane. Besides all these numbers, temperature, depth, and so on, here it talks about the guy donating his own body to the experiment. And here, did you read this? The barriers of death shall at last be destroyed, thanks to our work, and my return to life will signal return of all. And this, the place that I have discovered is the place the Hierophant was looking for. What does Hierophant mean?
A master of mystery. Now you have to tell me exactly where you found it, because there's something else here that only a scholar, an expert in religious history, can explain. That's why I have to know precisely from whom you got it, and if the text is correct.
Oh, here's how I got it. A present from Alessandra. An old typewriter. Last night, out of curiosity, I rewrote everything typed out on the old ribbon. This is it.
Well, check there where it says K-zone.
Here, found a K-zone, completely free and above suspicion. Ideal place for our...
It's an old theory going back to the turn of the century. A former colleague of mine, a Swiss scholar named Meyer, wrote a thesis on it. It's funny. I thought it was here. Anyway, these K-zones were the results of research by an old emigre named Paolo Zeder. Someone who just disappeared into thin air. Briefly, he sustained that all the places of antiquity where contact had been made with the beyond, with the dead, places like Delphi, Epirus, Dodona, and so on, that they all possessed common properties, which he called alchemical, but which we today would define as chemical, or better still, geological similarities. Now, these sites, which he called K-zones, were supposed to be different. That is, they defied all natural laws and existed in a state of suspension, in a non-time, a non-season, a non-growth, and a non-death. Idealistically, a zero time. And it would allow a return from the dead, from the beyond.
Guido! On my way!
Now don't scream at me about yesterday's workout. The commissioner himself refused to give me permission.
Ah, never mind. Nobody showed up as usual. Say, how can you find out who something belonged to in a pawn shop? Something I bought at an auction.
Hi. Did I scare you? I was waiting for you.
What do you want?
Come on, I saw you. The way you were looking at me. In Casey's office.
Go on home.
You pig! Son of a bitch!
Look, forget it, huh?
Rotten prick! You asshole!
Yeah, see you around.
Impudent shithead! You faggot, fuck off! Motherfucker.
The decision taken there was a mistake. I'm sure. This evening. Sorry. How are you today, Miss Goodman?
Fine.
You plan
plan to stay late tonight, too?
I don't know.
Ciao. Couldn't get her any faster.
Don't worry about it. Come on in.
And a peace offering.
Oh, you're crazy. Thanks.
Nah, forget it. I owe you. That's what's so great about friends. In reality, they hate each other. Right?
Right.
And this is for you.
Ah, thank you.
What is it?
Nothing. An address.
Aren't you staying for dinner?
Next time. I still have 4 or 5 more shootouts
Wait,
to go.
wait! Hang on. I found it in a flea market. I wanted to give it to you when you got promoted, but you were in Rome.
How come I don't rate? Let me see.
Hey.
Is anyone here? Sorry to bother you. I was looking for Don Luigi Costa.
What is it, kid?
I have something to show Don Luigi Costa. Something that concerns him.
Go on, what are you selling?
It's something personal. I can only show it to him.
Don Emilio sent you over here?
No? Who's that?
What was it you said you were here with? Something personal for Don Luigi Costa?
Yes. It's kind of nonsensical. It's just that somebody gave me a typewriter that used to belong to him.
All right, let's hear it, son. What is the secret?
Oh, you're Don Luigi. Well, here. Look.
Son, you've got a bundle of nerve.
What?
Coming to see a priest, and you suggest he could have written such things?
No, I mean, they seem strange to me, too. And before going to the police, I thought it might be fun to find out.
Nobody in the world in their right mind would ever sustain the foolish garbage that's written here. Apart from the fact that I don't happen to own a typewriter, and I never have.
Only the table, huh?
Listen, what gives you the authority to just enter a house and shove the first person you bump into against the wall?
So you don't plan to help me?
Sure, I'll help you. Tear up and throw away these 2 sheets, and get them out of your head in the briefest time possible. And don't ever come back over here to try to see me again. Understand?
Well, you're the one that needs to work out, not me, asshole. Oh, God, now what? That's funny. Nobody's supposed to be here.
Where the hell are you going?
Quiet. Be quiet.
Hey! Guido! Hey, is anyone up there? Guido? Guido? Is that you? Guido. Guido. Are you down here? What kind of joke is this? Guido. Where the heck were you?
The circuit breakers blew down below.
Something wrong?
No, nothing. Why?
Damn it. We're right here. What? What do you mean, what? Come on, Guido. The ribbon, the letters. Hand them over.
I swear, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes?
Excuse me, but it's urgent. I was here this morning to see Don Luigi, and I must have left some papers in his office.
Who did you say?
Don Luigi, could I just talk with him?
Come in. Wait here.
Excuse me, but I was looking for Don Luigi Costa.
Don Luigi Costa hasn't been part of Holy Mother Church for over 10 years now. He left his vows.
This morning in the parish office, a bald man who said he was Don Luigi Costa talked to me.
Excuse me, but that's just not possible. Besides Don Emilio, I'm the only one around. And seeing the devotion of our parishioners, the two of us are already too many.
Look, I'm not crazy. I'm positive. That I met the man, I mean.
That's out of the question. I haven't been out all day, not once. Whenever you're away, Father, I always stay here in the house.
Yes, of course.
I'm sure you're mistaken.
No, it can't be. He was in a kind of closet, rummaging through a huge pile of papers.
I don't know who you met today, but it certainly wasn't Don Luigi Costa. Now, I don't want to know anything about the contents of those letters. I only know that Luigi used to be a highly esteemed priest here. He was in charge of all the children. It was he who took them to camp every summer. Then his weird studies went to his head. I'd say it was his illness.
What illness?
Unfortunately, he discovered he had an incurable disease. It coincided with his decision to abandon his vows. Anyway, from that time on, he started talking funny. My chaplain here, Don Emilio, used to bless the sacristy whenever he went out. Then he disappeared, and we haven't heard a word from him since.
I believe he went to live with his only sister. If I recall, he said that she had a house in Rimini. Or maybe it's true that he is there, but hospitalized. Oh, it's ages since Luigi's been in touch with us down here.
Do you want the address?
here.
Gabriella, I'm very worried about you. Now that the most delicate phase is about to begin.
You mustn't be. I have one more reason than you and the others. A reason that's hard to forget. At any price, I have to understand.
He'll see you now. Would you please come in? Right this way. Yes, sir.
We've found a further confirmation of what we were looking for, thanks to the work of the Italian research team.
Last night I thought a lot of little things over. Maya, you've devoted 30 years of your life to this business, yet without taking a certain important factor into account, which is that each year here on this earth, about 200 or 300 million of us pass on. Maya, 300 million, it's the certainty on which life is based, Doctor. It's an indispensable process, and fortunately, up to now, we have had no counter-indications. So let's admit it. A demise isn't a treatable malady. It's a pure end, an absolute state reached by a total event which is final and for good.
Paolo Zeder offered his life for the sake of his research. Having himself secretly buried in that ground, under that house, to demonstrate that his theories were well-founded, there may be a way to come back, and we're about to discover it. You yourself have been with us from the beginning. You've even encouraged us, helped us, and now you're asking us to leave off now?
And the risks?
The risks will occur far away from here, Professor. From tonight on, the risks will be ours alone.
Hello? Yes? Who's speaking? Who is this? Hello? Hello?
Stefano, you in there? Basil, where are you? Stefano! What a jerk you are. What, are you trying to scare me? Who the hell are you? What do you want?
I could bring it all into focus. A bunch of words on a ribbon. Where do they lead? To an ex-priest. and a phone call saying that they know everything. And they're meeting out there in the middle of the night. And the appointment never kept.
Okay, Stefano, cut it out. You got to stop. This isn't stuff for us.
I'm going to Rimini tomorrow to look for this Luigi Costa character. You do what you want.
At least let me take my bathing suit.
This must be it.
Well, what do we do now?
Listen, I thought you wanted to get some sun and study. There's the beach. I'll join you later. Anybody home? Is anybody home? Excuse me. Can I come in? Anybody home? Hello?
Who is it?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Who told you you could come in?
No one. Just... I saw the for rent sign and I
If you
thought...
saw the sign, you must have seen that it says to go to the agency.
Actually, I did read it, but I thought...
Anyway, you're wasting your time. I've decided not to rent after all. Have to get that damn thing taken down.
I took the liberty because I know Don Luigi from camp when I was a kid. The camp in Spina. That's how I knew this was his house. I thought that he'd have rented to me, to my family, more readily than to others.
My brother's not here. He's not with us anymore.
When did it happen?
A month ago. But he was in and out of that hospital almost a year with those butchers. They're only capable of killing people.
I'm terribly sorry.
Thank you.
Well, I'll be going now.
Were you very close to him? Look in the vase on that chest over there. There's a key to the room upstairs. Take it and go have a look. Did you find it?
Yes, here it is.
Watch out for the lock. It's old, and the key might break off inside. Nobody has been up there since last summer. It was his room.
Are you sure that nobody's been up here for a year?
Absolutely. But in any case, it's not for rent. Now, would you show me the courtesy of leaving?
Bologna Police Headquarters, may I help you?
Listen, I'm a friend of Guido's, Lieutenant Guido Silvestri. May I speak to him, please?
Hold the line. Sorry, he isn't here anymore. He's been transferred.
Been transferred? Where exactly?
Sorry, but I'm not authorized to give out that kind of information.
A girlfriend?
Guess what? Guido's been transferred.
Transferred? Where?
Man wouldn't say. He was kind of nasty.
It's funny. A guy like Guido, leaving him, not even coming to say goodbye.
What a strikeout. So he's dead and she's blind. That's it.
Well, we better go back to Bologna. The House of Mystery. Look, it's sponsored in von Stroheim.
It's him. He was the one who said he was the priest. I'm sure it's him. Listen, he knows me. It's better if you go.
Oh, God.
Please. Then I promise we'll go home. Okay?
Money.
What for?
Flowers, of course. What kind of private eye are you?
Oh, Luigi, dearest. Oh, Luigi. Oh, why? Oh, why are you with me anymore? Oh.
We've got to go now. Come.
It can't be.
It is.
When did this happen?
1 year and 2 days ago.
And you didn't let me know? I'll be. Not even that ass of your father.
We know you're so busy, Professor, running a hospital like this.
And to think that when you were 10 years old, your father and I were so poor, we used to plan how you and my Francesco would get married, remember?
No, not very well.
He's grown into a real giant. He still hasn't graduated from college, but he's a karate expert. Look at what he did to my poor hand last Monday afternoon. So who did you settle on?
Him.
Good afternoon.
Isn't he ugly?
He's not even rich. But he's an incredible egotist.
We came for our wedding present. A year late, but from you we expected.
Go on. I want to make amends.
Luigi Costa died about a month ago. Here in your hospital. He was supposed to have some terrible disease.
Certainly, Costa. I remember him. Yeah, he'd been a priest at one time. Lung cancer.
Oh, we'd like to know where he's buried. He was a distant relative of mine, and I haven't been able to find out anything about it.
He's probably buried here in Rimini.
He isn't in the Rimini cemetery. And don't tell me to go ask his sister, because the poor woman knows even less than me.
I really don't know how I can help you.
Maybe the police will know something.
No, there's no need. There's nothing mysterious or illegal about it. A little secret between me and the poor old man. But if you're a relative, the last few years of his life, he was affected by a persecution complex. He didn't want to be buried in Rimini, and yet he didn't want it known where. It was as though he was afraid. It was supposed to remain our secret. But instead, he certainly chose a strange place, the cemetery of Spina.
Luigi Costa? Mm-hmm. Did you try the Etruscan necropolis? Every so often they botch it up and the poor guy ends up there.
Well?
Yeah, it's a pretty bad joke. Costa. Luigi Costa. Here he is. He got put down in the nightclub.
Where did you say?
The nightclub. It's always been called that. It's a sort of a crypt that's underground. Sorry, I can't go with you. I can picture myself doing a rumba with the little lady. Last chapel on the right.
Is this creepy?
You want to wait for me outside?
Are you kidding?
Ah, here it is. At last I get to see his face.
It's strange, though.
What is it?
They must have broken the tombstone when they said it.
Yeah.
In fact, they said it recently. The cement is still fresh. While these are at least 2 weeks old, if not more. It's kind of odd to put flowers on a gravestone before you said it, isn't it? Is it cold down here? Well, come on, Sherlock. Are we going or not? You finally know what he looked like.
Go on up. I'll be right there. Wait for me in the car.
I can't wait to get home. It's empty.
Alessandra. Alessandra. Alessandra!
There it is, tonight too, see it? The lights are hooked up to photoelectric cells placed around the ground under study. As you can see, there is nothing visible moving. Absolutely nothing. Yet the sensometers scattered around signal a presence, like somebody walking over the field.
And it can't be small animals or insects because the sensometers are set to react only to a certain weight. They're calibrated for over 100 pounds, and no living creature exists small enough to escape our TV cameras with a specific mass that dense.
What's the temperature of the ground now?
It's up 9 degrees.
And now?
Still rising.
It's always the same. The arrival of that unknown presence in the zone slowly raises the temperature of the central area.
Every night at the same time. And at dawn the effect disappears. The data collected by Luigi Costa were extraordinarily precise.
Anyhow, your suspicions were correct. That tomb is empty. He isn't there. Now where do we look for him?
In Bologna. I have 2 classes. Come on, hurry up. Let's take the throughway. Dear Luigi Costa, we're through with you.
Hey, what are you... Huh, Spina. See what it says in your book. Necropolis. The necropolis of Spina. That's what the name reminded me of. Go on, read more. What else?
It was founded around 530 BC. It was heavily Hellenized and had its own treasury at Delphi.
What's that mean?
But they were in touch with the Delphic Oracle.
The Oracle of the Dead?
Mm-hmm. The vast necropolis, which included a large number of tombs, a number that seems inexplicable today, given the scarcity of the population, was...
Zeder's K-zones.
What?
Professor Casey was telling me about it. According to this guy, Paolo Zeder, there are these special areas, which he called K-zones, that are suspended in a time lock, and where it's possible to bring those buried there back. Back from the beyond. That may explain a lot of things. Like why he was so hot to be buried around here. Here, this is where he was years ago.
How do you know?
Don Mario told me. And then at his sister's house, I saw a kind of certificate of merit with the name of this camp on it.
How sad it is. Just think of all the children who used to come here.
Right down the road from the necropolis, see? And you want me to drop this story?
Listen, let's ask that guy
What?
how we get back to Bologna. What else? Excuse me, where's the highway for Bologna?
Turn there, then take your second right. It's a couple of miles down.
Thanks. Let's go.
Alessandra. I feel I've got to stay.
Stay here? To do what? How can you want to stay here?
I have to understand what it's all about. There are too many things here that don't make sense. Strange things.
The only strange thing around here is you. Oh, come on, let's go.
I'm staying. That's all there is to it.
I guess you want me to hitchhike back to Bologna. Seeing as how you're interested in all the stupidity in the world, except me.
Take the car.
You're a nut. A crazy, selfish nut. I've got to hell.
Alessandra! Had a fight, huh? No, it's just that I'm doing some research about this place.
There. And she doesn't want to. You know how women are.
Yeah, I know something about them. I got a mother who's a real terror. What are you studying? Ruins?
Mm-hmm. Ruins. Ah, you got a motel?
You bet, and a restaurant too, but when they get finished with that place, we'll have to close.
They making it into a hotel?
Yep. You better believe it. God, these Frenchies. Over 1,000 rooms, all with color TV. We got a dozen rooms and can't rent one for love of money. And those guys are putting up 1,000.
I'll rent one.
Hey, if you're into ruins, this here's the oldest ruin in Spina.
Mirko, fill me up, will you? While you're at it, take a look at the order.
Okay, Benny. Listen, there's a researcher here who's heard all about you and wants to meet you.
What are you, one of those nuts from up there?
No, but I'm doing a kind of survey on what went on here a long time ago.
Buy me a beer and I'll give you the whole lowdown. Want the latest gossip?
No, I was just wondering what you know about that place.
I know what everyone else knows, that it was a kids' holiday camp. That is until '56. But then they closed it.
And then?
Well, nothing until 8 years ago. That was the year those nudists came. Now there's a bunch of weirdies flitting around with their goodies hanging out of their underpants.
So what happened?
Yeah. Well, these perverts, of course, that's all they are. Sit the whole day sunbathing in the nude. So they have this collie there, and the pooch dies. And what do you think they do? They bury it out there on the ground, so they leave. Well, after that, anybody went by there at night risked his life. You know, when they found that Maria Luisa, their neck looked like her grizzly bear had taken and clawed it. So anyhow, one Monday night, a bunch of guys decided to go in there. Me and, I don't know, 6 or 8 other fellas. And there was one of them weirdos there. Now, we had our rifles with us, so he was pretty darn quick about telling us. And we pulled it out of the ground. That dog was buried a good 6 feet under. And what else did we find? A pair of gun shears that belonged to old Aunt Maria Luisa. Buried to the hilt in the dog's neck. Now, when we dug him up, it was 3 months since they buried him. You think that dog had rotted? Not at all. So we put him in a truck and we took him over to the incinerator. And that was the end of that. That's why I tell you, those hopping Frenchies that are trying to create a hotel out of that barn there are out of their minds.
Don't you pay no attention to Benny now.
Just a lot of yak, ain't it? Benny's nuts. Well, I'll bet you wouldn't go sleep in there. Say, hell, I'd bet you $1 million.
you doing here?
And you?
Well, I often come here. I like it here. Besides, our parish was once in charge of this camp's religious functions.
Luigi Costa came here, too.
Yes, him too.
You know something you don't want to tell me.
We priests never tell lies. It's in the contract.
Lies, no. But not talking isn't lying.
You want to see my alibi?
You mean to say you come all the way from Bologna for blackberries?
Poor Don Emilio. He likes them so much.
But you enjoy something else.
I like trying to understand man and his mysteries. A priest leaves the church after a lifetime of sacrifice. Only a few yards from the finish line, in sight of the big prize. In exchange for what?
The promise of a return?
Maybe the promise of a return.
Here we are talking like two imbeciles, and I've got a service in an hour.
I'd like to see you again, to talk.
Sure, but in Bologna. Get away from here. Leave this business to us professionals of the supernatural.
Come in. Oh, it's you.
Yes. Did you want to see me?
I've thought about it a lot. You have to tell Stefano to give that letter, and especially that tape, to the police.
They stole them from him. Hasn't got either anymore.
Then maybe I'm worrying about it too much, but I have these strange forebodings.
My husband isn't doing anything except research a novel.
Well, I'm very fond of both of you, and I don't want anything to happen to you. Please make him go to the police.
I recognized you. Where are you? Where are you hiding? No. No.
What are you standing in the dark for?
Alessandra.
Casey advises you to go to the police. He said you should at least talk to our friend.
Guido?
Yeah, we... It's useless to read it. It was a real accident. Nothing suspicious. Now, do you see why I came back? Guido's dead, Stefano. I was scared to stay alone in the house. How could I couldn't stand it. So I grabbed all the things we might need. And here I am.
To think that for a moment I had the sensation that he was working in some way on my research.
How?
No, it was nothing. A stupid coincidence. That's all.
Come on. Let's do something fun. Come on, please.
All those years in school together.
Don't think. You sure couldn't find a more suicidal room than this. At least turn on the light.
Okay. Alessandra.
What is it?
What is it? What is it? What is it? Here's what it is.
How could it be?
You said it yourself. A special kind of typewriter. Fairly rare. And here, what do we find a few yards from the holiday camp? A cord. Don't tell me it's a coincidence.
Luigi Costa obviously lived here in this hotel. Maybe in this very room.
My friend Carla says making love makes the fear pass.
Hey, you kids, get out of here! You hear me?
Did a certain Luigi Costa ever stay here?
How do I know? We just started running this place. And if you ask me, it would have been better to forget the whole thing. I see you and the girl up there made up with each other. Now, there's a good-looking chick. Ones like that are hard to come by around here. Where the heck do you find them? You want me to bring you up some breakfast?
No, it's okay. Is there a watchman in there?
There was, but they fired him when they took over.
Well, there's somebody in there. Last night there was a light on.
Sure, with all the machinery they brought.
What machinery?
Scientific stuff. To do their research with. I know. I watched them unload through my supervisor.
Through your what?
My supervisor. I got it from a mail order catalog. When those nature nuts were out there, it really came in handy. I spent hours up here messing with that gadget.
What about the Frenchies? What have you seen?
It's no use looking. You can't see anything now. They took it all inside.
Oh, what?
I don't know. I thought they were making a movie with all those TV cameras and lights and a lot of other stuff.
And they never come down here?
Never. Not even for a coffee or a beer. And nobody better try to go in there.
What do you mean?
They say they put up a kind of electrified fence, like Auschwitz. But they don't know there's a way to get in anyway.
How?
When we were kids, we snuck in to steal fruit. Even past the guard with a shotgun full of buckshot. The hell we were going through the hedge gate.
So how did you get in?
There were Germans here during the war, rounding people up. But some found a way to save themselves.
Let's go!
I'll get another one.
Never mind, stop.
His face. His on the screen. It was white. Cadaverous. He looked dead to me. And then this.
Did you tell that giant to come in here at dawn with all that stuff?
Oh, come on, who cares? Don't you realize I'm telling you about insane things?
Sorry.
Now listen. I need you to go to Professor Casey with this videotape right away. He must have a videotape machine at the university, or else he can get one. If only a small part of what I think is on it, we'll finally have proof, in which case you take it into the police immediately. And then all this will be over. I can't leave. I have to make sure they don't take everything away. Then it would be impossible.
Washed, greased, and with an oil change.
Thanks.
It doesn't
Come
start.
on, Alessandra, come on.
What's wrong?
Let me try. Go on, hop out. Damn it to hell.
See?
Mirko, what did you do to it? Me? Nothing. I changed the oil. I figured it could use it. It was smoking so much.
Now what?
Is there any way to get to the train station?
My motor scooter. 10 minutes, we'll be there.
Well, I'm off. Promise you'll be careful. And don't go back in there, okay?
Promise. Hello? This is urgent. I gotta talk to Don Mario.
I wish I knew where he was. Yesterday he took off for somewhere and he was to give a service at noon. I called the hospital. No sign of him anyplace. I was going to call up the police just now. May I ask who's calling?
E 39 prezzo proveniente da Venezia per Bologna e per Ravenna, Rimini e Ancona e in arrivo.
me. I got a call from the hospital saying that my mother has broken her hip, and the only one that can take me at this hour is Mirko. I don't know if I'll be in tomorrow or not, but if there's anything you need, we're in room 394. Please feel free to use the bar.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good night.
Hello?
Alessandro stopped by and told me the whole story. Then I saw that tape you sent me. What is this, some kind of a joke? There's nothing on it. It's completely blank.
Crazy things are happening here. I think I saw Luigi Costa.
Who?
Luigi Costa, the ex-priest. Never mind, you wouldn't understand.
Look, I think we better call the police.
I'll take care of it, don't worry. But you know how
Yeah,
they are.
all right, I know, okay. But they should get here right away.
Keep Alessandro there with you.
Now try and stay calm. Stay where you are and don't do anything. I'll be there as soon as...
Yeah, listen. Hello? Hello?
He has to be taken care of. And that body's got to be disinterred.
Everything is ready.
Who's there?
You might as well give up. You've been cut off, ain't you?
How do you know?
You're screwed, young fella. Yes, we're both screwed. But that's not what I'm here for. I figured I ought to tell you that those guys there have already left their calling card. Come on. They'll say I'm a little crazy. But just look here if I'm a little crazy. We gotta try and dig up that ex-priest quick. Get him out of the way from that ground. We want to have a hope in hell of saving ourselves. I'm gonna make it. I really don't think I can go any further. We better get out of here. I can't go on. Hey, come back here. What are you trying to do? Come back here, son. Oh, for God's sake.
Pull him out of that ground. For the love of God.
Where's the machine?
Over there.
Please, sit down.
Morning. Good morning.
Some little inconveniences, call them accidents, along the way, which you already know about, have forced us to temporarily suspend the experiment on that site. But we are now in possession of such exceptional confirmation to suppose that in the near future the situation will remain absolutely under our control.
We don't feel that the sacrifice made by our two valorous companions in the name of science was in vain. That ground is the most fertile K-zone yet identified. I'd like to point out to you that Dr. Mellis and I found out about this place a few years ago from somebody who'd lived there. A rather remarkable man, an ex-priest named Luigi Costa.
Alessandra? Alessandra? Hey, wake up. Yoo-hoo, Alessandra. Alessandra, come on, wake up. Alessandra! Alessandra! Alessandra.